Hello, Bison Band. Welcome to the Rhythm Dictation Medium Challenge. Now, I am doing this for level 11 right now, but this is going to apply to Rhythm Dictation Medium challenges in multiple levels of the ToneSavvy game. So you're going to have to read the instructions for the level that you are on to make sure that you are completing the correct number with the correct number of errors. It may vary depending on the level that you are currently on. Again, I'm using the one in level 11 right now as the example. For this one, no time limit, take your time. Complete 30 complete rhythms correctly. And we are looking for 10 or less errors. And you have 300 hints. So just like the easy, the same strategy is going to apply here. You're going to use pencil and paper or pen if you don't have pencil, but I really like pencil here. And you have plenty of listenings. Use your listenings. Again, 300 hints. You can listen to this about 10 times each for each of these 30 and still pass this successfully. So again, I want you to listen to this several times. The difference between dictation in the medium level versus in the easy level is we're going to have a new group of notes, eighth notes, that are now going to be a possibility. So let's listen to that and let's hear what's available. I'm going to do a couple of these with you. And again, you can see that eighth notes are an option here. It is going to be important that if you're using eighth notes in this level, that you are going to use two of them next to each other. So when you hear eighth notes, they're going to be in groups of two for this level. So you're probably going to need to hit this button here twice if you hear eighth notes. That's very important. Okay, so first things first, I want you to listen and tap your foot. I don't want you to write anything yet. Here's what we're going to do right now. I'm just going to listen to it again. I definitely hear some eighth notes. I also hear a note in here that is longer than a quarter note. So I got a couple different things going on in this level. So let's go back and listen to it again. And again, pencil and paper, I'm not putting anything up here yet. I just have to know that I'm going to need 8 beats worth of rhythm at the end of this. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, I'm going to listen to this again. And again, I'm just going to keep listening to it. And what I'm thinking I'm hearing here is, again, I hear some eighth notes in both my first and second measure. So I'm starting to add things to my rough draft ideas here. And tap, 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 tap. Now, I'm hearing that the end of this song or the end of this rhythm definitely is longer than a quarter note. And again, this is why you got to tap your foot, because you might let a beat go that's at the end of this that doesn't have a click on it. So I'm going to catch that if I tap my foot. And that's what I think I hear here. I think I hear this song starting with a half note followed by eighth notes. So that's what I'm hearing right now, and I'm going to check that. I know it's definitely a half note to start, this is what I got on my paper, and then I have at least one group of eighth notes after that. I'm going to try to get the rest of this first measure rough drafted out. Tap, 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 tap. I'm starting to change my opinion about the last measure. So I'm actually kind of erase a few things there, and I'm going back to the first measure. I know that I definitely have a half note there. I know that I definitely have a group of eighth notes after it. What I'm listening for now is in that fourth beat. Is it eighth notes there, or is it a quarter note? So I'm going to get the rest of this first measure done, and I've already decided here by listening to it at that time that I'm going to revise my opinion of the second measure. And that's why we're using pencil. We can erase. Okay, I know where we're going now. All right, by listening, starting to rough draft this out, I can visualize it. And by doing that, I'm starting to get a picture of what this looks like, and I'm starting to test my theories. I'm hearing in the first measure that I have a half note followed by 4/8 notes. So my first measure is half note, pair of eighth notes, pair of eighth notes. My next measure, quarter note, 2/8 notes, quarter note. So again, half, 2/8 notes, 2/8 notes, quarter, 2/8 notes, quarter. That's what I've got on my paper right now. I'm going to check it. Let's see how we did. I think, from what I'm hearing, that I am right. Now, I'm going to count out loud using eighth notes here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is going to be the final confirmation to tell me if I'm right. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and aha! That does match. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in now. And again, I used 6 hints to get there. That's less than the 10 that you're allowed for this. And it's definitely plenty of listenings. You could listen to it a couple more times just to check it if you really wanted to. Half note, 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note, eighth note, quarter note. Ta-da! Let's do another one. Just listening here. Tap, 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 tap. Ooh, I hear a note that's longer than a quarter note in the last measure. I hear eighth notes in the first measure. This is fun. Got my paper and pencil ready. This time I'm going to count out loud using eighth notes. You may want to use this strategy here. I implemented it later in the game last time, but because I hear so many eighth notes this time, I'm going to go ahead and start using it right now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. I already know where I'm going with this one. Lots of eighth notes in that first measure. It starts right out with those. I've got 3 groups of eighth notes here in this first measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I hear 3 groups of eighth notes and a quarter note in this first measure. By counting it out loud, that gave that whole measure to me. My second measure, I don't hear any eighth notes in it. So right now I'm thinking quarter note, half note, quarter note. That's what's on my paper right now. Because I counted it out loud with eighth notes last time, that almost revealed the whole rhythm to me. Let's try it. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yep, there it is. By picking the strategy in terms of the way I'm counting to match what I'm hearing, that really helps. So I hear that there are 3 groups of eighth notes in the first measure, then a quarter note, and then a quarter note, half note, quarter note. So again, by listening and then adapting how I'm counting, again, in this case using the ands, for us, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the rhythm came into place quickly for me. Now I'm just checking it. So again, 3 groups of eighth notes, quarter note, half note, quarter note. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and because it came together quickly for me, I could use several playings to check it. And then here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, pencil and paper makes this easy to check without having errors pop in, and you can make sure that what you're seeing on your paper matches what you're hearing played. Counting with eighth notes here is going to be a big difference between this level and easy. Using that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, especially if you hear those faster eighth notes, can be very revealing as far as what the rhythm's going to be. If you need assistance with this, remember you can always stop by my office hours. I love the ToneSavvy support request form. I can be right back with you with answers and strategies just for you. If you have a situation where you go over the number of errors on the level that you're on, hit the stop quiz button. Make sure you hit submit best effort. Send me that back so you know you get credit for every attempt that you do. The next one is if it ends automatically, you've completed it successfully, hit submit results, and then go on to your next challenge. Good luck, game on.